America is not a racist country.
Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to tell you is more reasons why this system doesn't deserve to survive at all. I guess if you're going to lie all over police reports against one group of people, then you're going to lie about how many you killed. This story came out on NPR October 1st, 2021. More than 17,000 deaths caused by police have been misclassified since 1980. So they are lowballing the number of people that they're actually killing. So this hit squad that they got on the streets against us is not reporting some of the shootings or misclassifying the shooting to make it look like a cop did not do it. Are we surprised? No. Again, if you're going to lie all over a police report and the police report don't even match the video, what do you expect from the same exact police departments around this country? And the fact that this was done nationwide tells you they were all together in doing this and all agreed with it, because you couldn't have done something like this and you didn't agree with it. They all agreed with it. Deaths involving police have been greatly undercounted in the United States, and African American people die in such encounters at 3 to 5 times the rates of whites, according to a new analysis by public health researchers. Now, remember, when we were really getting into all of these shootings online, especially on Black channels, remember how these liars would show up on your channels and say they got shot more than Black people? You see how they would do that? So all of them are in cahoots with each other to lie to us. The goal is to make sure they lie to us at all costs and make you believe an illusion. In an article published Thursday in the medical journal The Lancet, researchers found that deaths from police violence between 1980 and 2018 were misclassified, listen to this number, by 55.5%. So that means the majority of the time they are lying or hiding or making it look like a cop did not shoot this person. But these folks, despite all of this going on, they think you should give them respect. That's the most laughable thing of it all. I ain't got to respect your ass. So, anyway, the National Vital Statistics System, which tracks information from death certificates. So, all of these death certificates are wrong. Everything is a big lie. So if they lied and misclassified deaths, that means they lied to all of these Black families about how their loved ones were killed, which means the death certificates are now all incorrect. Just think about the domino effect. Think about how they probably labeled some as suicide and they actually killed the person, and that Black family could not collect insurance. I mean, just think about all the low down, dirty things that were done. The only thing that should be done, any of these families that got lied to, and you're able to find out, you need to sue the police department, and also the prosecutor. Everybody involved need to be sued. For most causes of death, the death certificate filled out by a physician, so that means the doctor also lied, is sort of the gold standard. Chris Murray of the Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluation at the University of Washington, who is one of the study's authors. You know, look, didn't the medical examiner say the police officer that got beaten to death out there on January 6th, didn't they try to say it was natural causes, but we could see on camera this man getting hit in the head and everything? See, they'll lie to get each other off. They'll lie to get themselves out of anything they do to us. That seems to be the gold standard in America. Okay. But he says that in this area, the certificates seem to fall short. There is a pretty systemic underreporting of police violent deaths. And how much do you want to bet all of these unreported, misclassified deaths are all black, all Hebrew deaths, every single one? I bet you they're not misclassifying anybody that died and they were white. I bet you those deaths aren't being misclassified. What Murray and his co authors have done through is a measure that the discrepancy between independent tallies and the government data, and the project it backed in time. So they had to go all the way back in time to piece this whole thing together. Now they just went back to 1980. I know it's got to be way, way before then. It's got to be way before then. See, these are the same people that want to hook up an all white jury and then put the victim on trial. See, that's usually how they'll get off the hook. Yeah, that was, and the jury would sit there and agree, yeah, they were a bad person. So we're not going to let this man that shot them or killed them go to jail. They were bad people. Who the hell are you talking about? Look at your reputation up in here. These folks aren't in any position to call you bad people. They ain't in no position to call you a criminal or anything else. They got the worst reputation on the face of the earth, the absolute worst. We've used those relationships of what fraction get underreported to go back and infer, for example, in the 1980s, what was likely the number of police violent deaths, Murray said. The research based on their inferences on numbers from 3 open source databases. So these are the databases that they went to piece this all together. Fatal Encounters. Let's see, I never heard of Fatal Encounters database. Mapping Police Violence, and the Guardians, the Counted. So those were 3 databases that they use to come up with the fact that this data is skewed. That's been reported. You know, what has this government not lied to us? It doesn't matter if it's local government, because your police, they're local government, and or national government, state government, they all lie, especially when it comes down to us. You literally cannot believe anything from these folks. And I'm not over exaggerating. I'm telling you the truth. If it's legit, it's pretty cool how they can take existing data from a short time frame and work backwards. This is what Justin Nix, associate professor of criminology, and this is at the University of Nebraska. but as a criminologist who studies shootings by police, Nix has reservations about the underlying data. My concerns with this paper are the same as many that use these crowdsourced databases. He said it has documented cases where the database count, for example, domestic violence by off-duty officers as police killings. Well, nothing, like I said, nothing that y'all have your hands in can be trusted. Now, that's all it really proves. So if the police is lying and undercounting numbers, and then you got the medical examiner in cahoots with the police, and the death certificates are wrong, why wouldn't the database be wrong? You can't trust nothing from these folks. Nothing. I'm not saying we don't need to track that in these sort of databases, but I'm just saying that all police killings are not created equally, he said. Yeah, he's right about that. I think there's definitely issues around exactly the criteria used. So I think that an important question, given that we're looking at multiple sources. Okay, I mean, look, it is what it is. I know what he's saying, but it is what it is. If your police are not reporting all of the shootings that they're doing out on these streets, or they're misclassifying it to make it look like the cop didn't do it at all, then that in itself is a problem. It doesn't matter about the sources at that point. You got a problem from the local level, from these cops, and what they're doing out on these streets and what they're allowed to do. And obviously, if they're misclassifying deaths of people that they've actually killed, then somebody at the police department is willfully being ignorant, or they're not doing their job at all. The study shows the death rate in these encounters dropping in the 1980s and then generally rising again about 2000. The article also highlights the disparity in the mortality rate for African Americans, which it says is 3 to 5 times higher than that of whites. Okay, so no, you will not come around here telling us that y'all get killed more than we do. We knew you were lying from the start. Like I said, it just proves you're all in cahoots with each other. Civilians and police, all in cahoots with each other. And the goal is to always keep the lies flowing. The article suggests the disparity is caused by systemic racism in policing, but it doesn't specify how that happens. We know how it happens. It started back in chattel slavery, and y'all passed down racism like as an inheritance. That's how it's done. Specifically, it doesn't address whether police are more likely to use lethal force against African. Come on, y'all, get off of this mess. We seen far too many videos where the action of the black person is little to none, and they will kill them anyway. Then y'all get to holler and comply, and you'll see a black person complying on the video, and they get shot anyway. And now the new thing is, if a black man or woman is complying, go get the canine. Even if they're complying, put the canine on them. Okay? So please get off of this crap. Now, now they're saying the lethal force or whether non-policing factors led African Americans to more encounters with police. Mm-hmm. And then who do we have out here lying and always trying to get the police on black folks? Karen. That's why I said they're all in cahoots with each other. They're even in cahoots with Karen. Because if they weren't, we would see a lot more of them getting arrested for making a false police call. The fact that we don't see a lot of them going down for that just tells you right there they're all in cahoots with each other. I don't think, from a scientific point of view, we have enough information here to parse out. Well, that's your opinion. I believe the information has been there all along. Okay. But as a public health expert, Murphy says the more we need to know about these deaths, the easier it will be to find policy solutions. Your policy solutions don't work, your reforms don't work. It doesn't matter what you put in place. And see, y'all don't put any protections for us. You damn sure did it for the Asians, but you won't do it for us. You know why? Because you take pleasure in everything you do to us and you don't want that taken away. That's why you won't give us protection. See, you don't kill Asians up like you kill black people up in this nation. So you didn't have a problem giving them something, or any other group that's not black. But when it comes down to us, you got every excuse known to mankind not to pass anything. And unfortunately, even black politicians are caught up in that mess too. None of them are siding with us, not one. But this is just sickening, in my opinion. And it's all the more reason why people don't respect or like police officers. You're just giving more reasons why people feel that way, and it's justified. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.